Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Mawak coming through again on the highway and the byway to bring out this gospel of truth. Edify the hopeful that the gospel of Israel, who the world knows as so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. The 1 or 2/3 of our people to get out of great Babylon, America. The Lord Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, who are ignorantly called God, and Jesus is going to destroy this place. It's always a pleasure to let the devil, Esau the Edomite, so-called white man, but the Lord Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is going to send his only begotten Son, Mashiach, to destroy your ass and set up a righteous kingdom. Before we get started, let's turn to East give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Al-Shai, Ba'ashem, Dash. Double honors, the elders, teachers and apostles of great millstone, likewise, brothers put on the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feed the sheep and do brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Look like we got a little bit of wind picking up here. Alright, let's talk about what's going on in the world for a minute here. We still have the conflict going on over there in Ukraine. We still have the conflict that's going on over there in Gaza. You have these tykes, they're now dropping food to the people out there in Gaza who've been starving, women, children, non-combatants, you know, dropping food from airplanes and helicopters as if these people are dogs, okay? Showing you the wickedness of these doggone people that the world called Jewish people out there in the state of Israel, okay? What you have going on here in Great Babylon, America, you still have that doggone parasitic, wicked-ass, doggone Edomite Trump sitting down in the wicked seat, persecuting our people across Great Babylon, America. His centuries are still kicking doors down, separating families, destroying lives. And right now, because they're distracted with this Epstein bullshit, okay, and all the other crap that they have going on in Hollywood and locally, okay, they're building internment camps, okay, to put the children of Israel in, and all the rest of the people that choose to speak up against this doggone devil and all of his unrighteous decree. But this is all in prophecy. We expect this devil to do nothing else than what's written in this book, okay, and that is to oppress, destroy, rape, pillage, okay, until the Mashiach, okay, our Savior, okay, Yahweh Shai returns and remove this ass of the power. Let's go into the book of Ecclesiastes, because you got a lot of people that dare not raise their voice, against the wicked because they're afraid. Okay, they're afraid of all that muscle, all of that doggone drone, all that military force, all that show of power that this doggone wicked devil is doggone doing. Okay, because they think he's winning. Okay, right now they're getting ready to go into the digital financial system, which means that they're going to have access to everyone's resources so that they can punish you for speaking up against their wicked agendas, for speaking up against their wicked deeds. Okay, and you got to have that mindset right now. Be prepared, okay, to have not a damn thing, nothing. You have to have your mind prepared. So let's go into Ecclesiastes chapter 8, and starting with verse 11, because it seems like they're winning. It seems like they're winning. If you are in the world, you would think that you are on the winning side, but what we're telling you is that you're not on the winning side, you are on the losing side. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 8, starting verse 11, and reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil. Why is it always set in them to do evil? Unlike the Hebrew Israelites, where we are getting judged currently right now, we are under the oppression of this devil. This man does not experience the kind of hell that we experience. He has more than he needs, okay? He doesn't have to answer to anybody on this earth. And they do whatever the hell they want. That's the reason why they have in the back of their door, and God we trust, as we know, it's gold, oil, and drugs. But if you have mimicked or tried to imitate the true righteous people that are on this earth by changing the images, okay? Changing the images and making yourself to be the God, making yourself to be the prophets, making yourself to be the righteous. And then you don't get judged for it. Then you're going to continue to build evil upon evil. And that's why you have these people right now believe that nobody or nothing can stop this man, especially when he gets to this AI right now, which AI right now is the forefront of the big talk right now that's going on in the tech industry and basically in everything. We have a lot of brothers talking about using Chat GP, okay, using AI as part of the Chrome search engine. So this is the end thing right now. So imagine as they really unroll the technology that they have right now, people are really going to be glamorizing and glorifying this man as God, because nobody's stopping him. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear power, which fear before him. We all sin. We all do bad things. Okay? Esau is wicked. He's evil. He does evil things. We do bad things. Esau, like the so-called white man, does evil things. Okay? Because he's evil. He's wicked. Okay? It says, but the difference is that, especially now that you're awakening this truth, because each and every one of us can remember doing a lot of shit when we were in the world. But now that you're awakening this truth, when you do fall, you know, you pray to Yahweh Shema Shah that he would spare your life and give you another chance. But there's nowhere in hell with all of the things that's coming up against you. Okay? It could be someone close to you, someone not close to you, acquaintances, companions, okay, family members, whatever the case is like that. You're dealing with treachery on a daily basis, man. You are dealing with treachery on a daily basis. As I stand here right now, a car could just intentionally drive right now, knock and kill me, roll me over. Even if I live, they might intentionally do it and call it an accident and go, oh, I lost control, blah, 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 blah. And I'm all fucked up in the hospital. These are the kind of things that you deal with on a daily basis. Treachery. People plotting constantly on your ass, man. And this is Esau. This is how Esau plot against the children of Israel. It says, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before power. Why would you fear before power? Why would you not? Esau knows Yahweh Shema Shah exists. He knows your Mashiach exists. They know. They get the artifacts, they get the proof. They know. They know more than we do. They probably have the ability to actually see the chariots parked out there at the end of the solar, what is this known as the solar system, or the end of our galaxy, or whatever the case is like that. They have that ability. They can never show it to the earth. They can never show it to people. Keep in mind we lie dead for 3.5 days here in Great Babylon, America, meaning that they knew who we were, but because we didn't know who we were, they had no reason to tell us. They had no reason to tell us. Here we are acting the fool here in Great Babylon, America, walking with a low mentality. And this is why, unless the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai wake you up, you would forever have your head and be on all fours, sniffing up the asshole of this doggone cracker. Because when you look around at how hard it is to get the most simplest thing done, to even get a low-level job, you can't even get that here in Great Babylon, America. Especially if you're a doggone leader. You down and out, too bad. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? If Yahweh Shema Shai didn't wake your ass up to know the fact that there's something better that we're going to get, you'd be just like the rest of these people out here. Constantly seeking the favor of the doggone oppressor. Constantly seeking the favor of the king. Please, master. Show mercy on me. Please, master. Give me something to drink, something to eat. Let me just taste a little bit of what you got. I remember seeing a clip, and I hope I can find it. Steve Harvey, I remember one time he looked into the camera, and he might have been joking, but he said, hey, white man, why don't you just give me a chance? Give me a chance to make some of that money. And next thing I know, he's still on hosting Family Feud and all kinds of stuff. And now he's like what Bill Cosby was in the doggone 80s. All right, and he's rich with it. But here it is right now. You have a wicked system that's set up on this earth to consistently oppress the people on this earth, but particularly oppress the children of Israel. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it. We don't worry about it. We understand it's part of the prophecy written in which we will be suppressed. Eventually we'll be chased off. There'll be a whole multitude coming after us. And so we welcome it as part of prophecy. Does it make it any easier for us to go through? No. But like one of the brothers, our elder brothers was saying, what we're going to be going through in order to inherit the kingdom and get what we're going to get in the kingdom is so minute in comparison to what we can get. The investment of doing this work, of going through tribulation, cause we starve and getting your ass kicked or whatever the case like that, being hated, ostracized, thrown out, abandoned, whatever. It's minute in comparison to what the reward is going to be in the kingdom. So we're not concerned about it. We're not concerned about it. Like one brother always say, you know, to tell Esau stop kicking the can down the street, because when he stopped kicking the can down the street and he started to really up the ante on oppression and suppression and the murders and all the things that he's planning on doing, which we know is written in the scripture. Okay, and I'm going to go into those things. We know that his end is coming and our salvation is near. Okay, so it works both ways. His end will be coming a little closer, and then our salvation. I'm trying to figure out why you got a park like right next to me, man. Like what the fuck, nigga? Let's go to the book of Proverbs 21. The fuck, man? You gotta be up on my car like that? Proverbs 21:12, it reads, "The righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked, but power overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness." We wisely consider all the things that Esau has done. Last week I held up the sign in which these kites, okay, have done a lot of these diabolical things to us with slavery. Okay, I put up a video yesterday concerning the Arabs, because I was talking about what was going on over there in Gaza, and that they were starving, and you know they're complaining and whining about the oppression that they're getting from Israel. But you people are not innocent. You people are not perishing, okay, by the sword that the so-called white man is wielding on you. You're not innocent. And I put up a video yesterday that showed that the Arabs were part of the slave trade, and they were taking us on the other side, okay, of the earth, okay. During the slave trade, theirs was known as the Sub-Sahara, the Sahara slave trade. Europeans was doing what's called the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, so all these doggone countries were doggone in part of the slave trade. You're not innocent. So the Wadi Al-Bashim, okay, for putting this doggone devil to judge you or the doggone tribes. You're doggone proud. Well, you think I'm gonna sit down here and shed a tears because y'all are starving? How many of us drowned? How many of us committed suicide in the way here knowing what we was coming to? How many of us were beat to death in the cotton field or in the sugar factory? How many Latinos and Hispanic and blacks right now are being put to doggone death in the streets of America and nobody's making a doggone stink about it? But we supposed to give a shit about your damn starvation? No. That video wasn't about condemning the state of Israel for what they're doing to your ass. It's about to show the fact that the Lord is using two necessary evils to cancel each other out. One is just stronger than the other. Don't get it twisted, all right? But we consider the wicked the house of the wicked. We know you have the MOT coming right here. You better get ready. Okay? You think in 2020 you were rolling up your sleeve to get an injection? You think this man was horrible back then? When he was telling you you're not gonna have a job? You can't walk into a place without covering your face. Wait till he come with this microchip, which is the RFID microchip. Y'all better take this serious. But you're gonna stick your head out the doggone window, not the window rolled up. Y'all better take this doggone serious. Those internment camps that he has out there, okay, it's gonna be filled with you doggone Latinos and Hispanics and blacks, okay, who he doesn't doggone turn around and report right now. Filled with it if you don't bow down and take it. And there's a penalty for taking it. See, that's the thing about it. y'all don't want to hear it. See, y'all want to live in la la land, thinking that everything is going to be good. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's not going to be all right. All right? It's not going to be all right. Let's go into the book of Psalm 10, start on verse 6. This is the book of Psalms 10, starting with verse 6. And it reads, actually, you know what? Let's start off at verse 1. Because a lot of time, our people always question the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. The people always question the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. And we probably was doing the same thing too. Well, if there was a God, why is he letting black people suffer like this? Why can't I have this and that? Why are we doing this? Why is this and that? But when you understand exactly how the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is working, then you don't need to question it. Okay, it says it right here. It says, why standest thou far off, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai? Why hidest thou thyself in the times of trouble? Which our people constantly say, well, you hiding. The Lord doesn't save Israel in the time of trouble. Yes, he is. He's saving us right now. You know how many people want to put us to death? You know how many people want to put the prophets to death right now? You know how many people want to put us to death? You think they want to make videos on us? If it was legal to hunt us down and kill us, they would go there and do it. They would gladly go and do it. You know how many people want to put us to death and shut us up? The wicked and the pride don't persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices they have imagined. Yes, they have imagined a lot of devices. Okay, the internment camps that Elon Musk has built up. Okay, well, actually not Elon Musk, I should say, what the United States has built up is going to be, they already exist. They're closing a lot of these big books, these big retailer stores like, what do you want to say, Kohl's, Joanne Fabrics, all those, usually when you go in those places like that, I mean, these are like warehouse size type stores. Okay, they gut those stores and they turn those stores into prison camps. Okay, that's what they're doing with them. Now they could easily solve the homeless problem by turning around and taking those stores and turning them into shelters for people to go and live. They all have bathrooms and stuff like that. This country has the ability to turn around and make those store closing, okay, into shelters for homeless people. They can do it, but why do it? Why do it? Trump is now set out right now saying that he's going to, he signed another legislation, wicked legislation, where right now if you're homeless, meaning you're down and out, you can't prosper or you can't make it in an economy that's destroyed, or even if you have education, like college degree or whatever the case is that, drowning in debt or can't get the doggone job that can pay you even a quarter of your investment, and taking a loan to go to college and all that, that he's going to go around up homeless people and put them in treatment centers. And I did a video a couple months in regards to what those treatment centers are going to be. Those are going to be torture chambers. They're going to test your blood, they're going to see if you're healthy, and they're going to freaking doggone harvest your doggone organs to give to these doggone old freaking doggone crackers, okay, who looking to try to extend their damn life. All right? Keep in mind, this man's mouth is smoother than oil. He speak great things, man, and they're very convincing about it because definitely they can do things like that. They can do things like that. All right? It says, for the wicked boasters of his heart society and blessed the confidence, whom the Lord Yahweh shall reward. The Lord takes faggots, the Lord takes wicked people, he had idolaters, and these are exactly the same thing. These are exactly the things that Esau glorified, okay, in his media, in his cinema, in his Hollywood, movie. This is exactly what he glorified: adultery and everything wicked. But these are things that the Lord Yahweh shall hate. He says the wicked through his pride of his countenance will not seek after power. Power is not in his thoughts. Why would power be in his thoughts when he's been given? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? You go in the book of Daniel, it talks about the fact that the Lord Yahweh Shema he rules the kingdoms of man and set upon it the basis of man. The basis of man is Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. So he gave Esau being the son, is being given the ability to rape, pillage, murder, and use the sword to get whatever the hell he wants. And he's been given the technology to do it. We don't have any technology. I don't have a laser gun to go shoot my way out of some situation. I don't have no alien technology to go do that stuff. I have nothing. I can't fly a plane, nothing. We get nowhere or no ability to go fight this man economy. So that means he's been given that blessing to go do what he's going to do. Ours don't come until later. It says his ways are always grievous. The judgments are far out of his sight. As for his enemies, he comfort at them. They comfort us when we tell them, you're going to die, dog. Your kingdom is going to be destroyed. Okay? He comfort us like, yeah, try it. Who's going to do it? Okay? But Lord willing, a lot of the brothers, including myself, live long enough to see that fear when they look up in the sky and they see all those bright lights in the nighttime, which means that the Armada, which is a fleet of thousands, if not millions, of doggone chariots of the Lord coming to take out Esau and see them tremble and shake and shit. I would like to see one of these doggone elites shit their doggone pants out of fear. Just shit. You ever heard the term scared the shit? Get the shit scared out of you? It really can actually happen. Okay? Yet said in the side, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Yes, you will. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud on his tongue. His mischief and vanity in which he used his media, okay, and his ability and his platform to say whatever the hell he wants, show a few clips, and if he can't get the proof, he will make the proof. How does he make the proof? They pay Jakes them, these young niggas, these stupid, retarded young niggas, to go there and rob, to go in there and smash stores and do all kinds of bullshit and tell them, hey, you're immune from getting arrested. Go and do that stuff so that they can have that image. 7 people here are just how much of a menace to society our people are. And our people are so stupid, they don't understand that they're being set up. So the few young niggas that are doing that shit, don't think about the fact that when they do that, they're not just looking at you as a young doggone nigga doing that shit. They're looking at the whole entire tribe. See those black people? See that? That's what they consider. See those black people? And that justified them coming with the rope, start hanging brothers from trees. When I say brothers, if you start hanging, I should say Hebrew Israelites from trees. To throw you in the doggone alligator Alcatraz, to throw you inside the internment camp and not feed you, not let you eat, let you drink toilet water, let you sit down there and rot in your own shit. You suffer from some sickness. That justify the enemy means, because really, you're an enemy to their way of life. Let's go into Second Ezra. Second Ezra, this is the book of Second Ezra. No nigga bitch in the car there. You don't have to look this way, you don't have to come this way, it's not for you. Alright? Seriously. Second Ezra 16, down verse 68. Because we can see exactly how this is going to go. There's a momentum that's being built up for what eventually is going to be the most horrific time that we all going to experience. And all of us, if we're still living, are going to be going through it. Going to be going through it. So the nigga bitch drive that way, came back up this way, and she has a cell phone, okay, pointing this way, because she's driving by in her car so she can film. Okay, me. All you have to do is go on YouTube and you can see exactly what I'm saying. You can hear it, you can hear it. And that's what we're talking about. With the exception of the sisters who are true in this ministry, man, the rest of you bitches, you nigga bitches, all that nigga bitches, boy, y'all gonna really suffer here in Great Babylon, America. Y'all have no clue what's coming for your monkey ass. Okay? I don't even waste my time making videos in your ass because a lot of brothers, they're doing it. You have absolutely no clue. This is 2nd Ezra 16, starting with verse 6 and 68. It reads. Okay, let's go to verse 67. Because you need to understand this, who really is a true judge. Who really is a true judge? Who you really need to think about when you're thinking about being judged. It reads, behold, power himself is the judge. Fear him leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities and never no more for them forever. So shall power lead you forward and deliver you from all trouble. This is a faith-based ministry. This is faith-based. Yahweh Shemi Ashai is not stand up in front of us. We don't see Yahweh Shai in front of us. We don't see no angels stand up in front of us to prove, oh yeah, heaven does exist or power does exist. We can see with a whole lot of things and miracles in our own personal life that Yahweh Shemi Ashai exists. No doubt. All right? So we fear him. Even though we can't see him, we fear him. We know he's a judge, jury, and executioner. I'm the creator of everything. It says, for behold, the burning rod of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idols, the things offered unto idols. And we already know how they're going to play that. But all of us are going to get tested. Some of us might get put on some tests that's hardcore. And if we fail the test, that means we was never meant. If you were meant, you're going to pass that test no matter what. There's a dust devil over there. Hopefully that doggone dust devil stay right over there. Damn, come on. Keep going. Go, stay over there. Don't come over here. Yeah, that's one of those cyclone dust devil. It says, and they that consent unto them should be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. So you can have Jakes them who are going to take the MOTD. You're going to have Jakes them who are going to comply with every doggone thing that Esau bring out to them. You know, when Esau's torturing you, when Esau's using his mind control drugs or whatever the case to try to get you to change your mind or renounce your faith. This is how this devil is going to play it. And there's no benefit in it for you if you do. You're going to die a horrible death with shame. Imagine being in the kingdom and you relive that over and over and over, the fact that you gave up. You're a punk. All that talk and nothing. And that's the biggest thing right there. It's like, here you are, you out here preaching, and you don't have the spirit on you to make it through. You punk the fuck out when the time really comes to the real test. You worse than a freaking doggone dude that never even took up the scriptures and went out there on the highway and the byway, man. Worse than that cat. Because that cat never even stepped out. Never even opened his mouth. We pray well, hopefully that's none of us. That's a shame to live in. That's a shame. That's shameful. That's a shame. It says, there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. In every place, in every city, we starting to see that right now. But that's going to go on a different level. You need to have a crash to burn first. You need to have a society that falls down where people are willing to betray each other, where people are willing to come up against each other because they're in such desperation. And so when it becomes that way, and you have no cohesiveness, there's no family to turn to, your family will turn against you, no friends, nobody, even your own household is your enemy. The children of Israel are going to be easy targets. Easy targets. And everywhere. Those who fear the Lord, those of us who are going to stand upright, who are going to say, no man, nah, I don't believe that, I don't buy no bullshit. And even if you give in, it says you're going to be trodden underfoot, so it doesn't even work out for you. You get Jakes right now in their doggone ICE uniform, calling themselves Border Patrol officers, going around and slamming other people that look like them. You have Mexicans and Latinos slamming doggone Mexicans and Latinos on the ground in these ICE raids, being very aggressive with them. That's your brother, man. That's your brother, that's your sister. And for a measly ass of what, $80,000, $90,000 a year, you turn against your nation. So imagine when you don't have a nice road to drive on, no stoplight working, there ain't no electricity, no water's running, shit piled up in the doggone people's houses, disease rampant, all kinds of bullshit going on. Imagine how people are going to turn, how easy people will be able to turn on their own people for the sake of pleasing this damn devil. They ain't no damn loyalty, man. But they should waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You can have a nice house. There's nothing wrong with having a nice house. But be prepared to get cast out of it. Be prepared that they can some way, somehow find a way to take it away from you. Because if you don't take the MOTB, which is going to be a way in how do you pay your bills, because it's buy and sell and pay bills. Basically, buy and sell means what you're paying bills. So when you have to pay taxes on your house, whether you own the deed to the house or not, you basically are buying, because you got to pay. That's a transaction. So how the fuck you can pay? How the hell you can? How the hell the market is going to be anything other than the ability to do your transactions? So if you can't pay, if you don't take the market of peace, you will not be able to pay your taxes on your house. Or pay your taxes on your car. Which means you will not be able to drive your car because your car will not be licensed. Which means it can't be insured. Everything. Your driver's license costs money. You have to go to, you can renew your driver's license every 5 or 10 years, depends on what state you're in. That's a transaction. So if you don't have the ability to do any type of transaction, just like now, if you don't have a bank account, credit card, or cash, you cannot do any transaction. It's not what you believe. It's transaction. So if you don't be a part of that so-called New World Order, you will not be able to function in society. It's just that simple. All right. Let's go into Isaiah 32. In the book of Isaiah 32. This is the book of Isaiah 32. It's down verse 9. The book of Isaiah 32 is down verse 9. Okay, let's talk about the Hebrew Israelite woman for a second. I don't know what we're really going through. But hey, it says, rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Listen to us, men. Okay? Many days and years shall be in trouble, be careless, for the village shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So-called black women now are not having jobs. What they said, 300,000 out of jobs right now. They're not having jobs, more getting laid off, more going to be forced into those doggone early retirement. How long do you think your money's going to last? None of you are disciplined enough to save your money. How long is that money going to last? You see now TikTok videos and YouTube videos right now of these black women going, why can't you know man, and blah, blah, blah. It's because you're not getting the Sims to pay for your friggin' $500 dinner. You're not getting the man to now pay and foot your bill. And you women have never been responsible with money because you never had to be. You can get a $40,000 a year job, get yourself into a $2,000 a month car payment, exotic meals, and you string along about what, 20, 30, 40, 50 guys a month? Doing a date with a fucking dude, and then you're sitting down there texting the 5 or 10 other dudes and they're showing no respect. And those days are now dwindling and coming to an end. Men already been played out, so now there isn't any. Dudes are saving their money, or they're going overseas, or they're just saving their money and doing without. And everybody else either has a woman that's friggin' the one, they'll work with, or who's working with them, and that's the end of that. And the rest of the men can't simply afford your lifestyle, and nor are they going to even try to. Okay? So you're going to come into these days right now where you'll piss off a lot of men. A lot of men are not looking for whores. They're not looking for doggone women with long, sticky nails and friggin' doggone fake fucking bullshit eyelashes. You know how stupid y'all look with that shit? Every time I see a woman wearing that bullshit, man, I go right off the back, she's canceled off. What they say? Tattoos? Boom. Don't want you. Right off the back, I won't waste my time with you. Tremble, you women that are at ease, trouble, you careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and slack off on your own. Yeah, that's right. Because y'all gonna be in some terrible state here. You smell like shit because you're ready to be cursed with the stench of fish and rotten egg. Alright? So it ain't like you're the most desirable woman, actually you're the least desirable woman. So you're already at a disadvantage. And on top of that, you got a fucking attitude to go along with it. Okay? Y'all in some serious shit, you doggone nigga bitches, man. You're the fattest, you're the most obese, you're the ugliest women, and you're not even humble with it. Alright? Let's go into Jeremiah 30, verse 4. And let's talk about the created man in the presence. Okay, the book of Jeremiah 30, starting with verse 4. The book of Jeremiah 30, starting with verse 4, and it reads, These are the words that the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, northern and southern kingdom. Okay, the so-called Latinos and Hispanics, you are Hebrew Israelite. Okay, the so-called Negroes in America, you are Hebrew Israelite. You're the sons and daughters of the Most High living power. Okay? Not the kikes over there in the doggone state of Israel. And you doggone Hispanic and Latinos men, and you black men need to man the hell up and stop being little bitches. For thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shemel shall be heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail the child. Where therefore I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and the faces are turned into paleness, because when this man start to really come down on you doggone Hebrew Israelites, really start to come down, the sword, start stumping your guts out, when your rights is taken away, this is when you men are gonna. This is when it's gonna really show who's really a man. Because right now, cholos, okay, cholos are badasses to your own people. Niggas are badasses to your own people. You have hatred for your brother, you have hatred for your sister. But when it comes to the man, the devil, that turns around and oppress and kick your people down on the ground, you do absolutely another damn thing. You stand off on the side like a little doggone bitch crying. None of you have raised a doggone hand that will help your brother or sister that's right now being beat down by ice. But you will turn your face and your hand and your fist towards your brother. That's because you're weak. Naturally born weak. You have a peasant mentality, not a king mentality. That's why the Lord has put a spirit of fear into you. It doesn't matter if you lift weight. Okay? You're so tough. Like little bitches, man. It says, for alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It's even the time of Jacob's, the 12 tribe of Israel, trouble, but he should be saved out of it. 1/3. Women, kids, and a few good men. Yeah. Women, kids, and a few good men. Oh, willing, I'm a few good men. I'm one of those few good men. Ain't none of us perfect, man. Alright? You're fighting every day with a whole bunch of doggone bullshit up in your head constantly. Constantly in your head, man. Festering up in your head and just constantly in your fucking head, man. And this is what happens when you've been exposed to this doggone world for so long. This is Isaiah 3, verse 8. It reads, let's talk about us, how black, Native Americans, Latino men are consumed in the ideology of Great Babylon America. So Isaiah 3, verse 8, it reads, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen before their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai to provoke the eyes of his glory. Jerusalem is a people, it's not only a place, but it's actually a people. So that's a 12 tribe of Israel. But Judah is mentioned as especially Judah because Judah is a head tribe, it's a tribe that the Mashiach, okay, who the world that we call Jesus Christ came from. Okay? So really Judah is held more accountable. Judah is held more accountable. The tribe of Judah is held more accountable than any other tribe. Or the house of Judah. Okay? Held more accountable as being a head tribe. Okay? Particularly the man. Show up their confidence, Lord, witness against them. And they declare their sin is saw them, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have reported evil unto themselves. Okay? And faggotry seems to be a whole thing that is embraced by so-called black men in Great Babylon America. Okay? This holistic, feminine, demonic spirit that's on these men. To be faggots. Sodomites. You know? And that's because in Great Babylon America you can do that, and that's okay. Because it's the white man's way. Alright? It says, Say ye to the righteous that it should be well with him, for they should eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it should be ill with him, for the reward of his hands should be given him. Us for my people, children are their oppressors, that's these Edomites. and the rest of these other tribes, particularly the Edomites. If Esau's a child. I mean, look at this fat pink man in the doggone in the office. Look at this fat pink man in the office. That's a child, man. That's a doggone child. All right. That's when people children know the oppressors, crackers are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh my people, they which lead the course of the air and destroy the ways of their path. Okay, so you have to understand who the true men of the Lord are. The true men of the Lord are. They're not going to sugarcoat it. They're not popular by any means. They hate it. Not popular. Okay. That's the true man of the Lord. But they'll guide you in the right way. To the best of their ability. Okay? Like one of the brothers was saying, sometimes you see a video made by a brother and boy, you go, oh man, I didn't make that video. I don't get into too much of sharing my own personal experience. Sometimes a lot of things happen that I just never bring into a lesson. Now, maybe I could or should, but a lot of times you get the feeling that your affliction, nobody gives a flying shit about it, and that could be true. So a lot of time you'll have a brother that's more popular, that's more well liked and more well established. People hear him talk about the affliction, and then they go, okay, yeah. He has a bigger platform, he has more views, he has more people, they respect him more, and so the words, so coming from his mouth, it's better compared to someone like me. People don't know. I don't matter. Let's go into 1 Corinthians 1. 1 Corinthians 1, starting verse 26. Look at 1 Corinthians 1, starting verse 26. Let's talk about who we really are. Who are we really? Go and ask any Latino or Hispanic man who they are, really, and they tell you, well, I'm Mexican, I'm Ecuadorian, I'm from Peru, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Go ask any so-called black man who he is, and he'll say, yeah, I'm African American, I'm green, and I'm Jamaican, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's an identity that's been given to them. Okay, the corporate identity that's been given to them by the so-called white man. But let's talk about what the scripture says. 1 Corinthians 1, start with verse 26, it reads, For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men are professed, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So, keep in mind, many are called, few are chosen. We're all interviewing, man. This is a big interview. And I've seen brothers that I thought was like, wow, man, they're so knowledgeable. They know the scriptures, they know the history. I'm gonna name one of those brothers that I thought was just a thing. Okay. You ever heard of? There's a brother called Fisher Turn Hunter. His channel was called Fisher Turn Hunter. And then he just disappeared. He came back and then he just disappeared. That brother's so knowledgeable. Now shall I call us out of the world. Many are called, few are chosen. You're going to get cut out of it. Keep in mind when he said about he'll spew you out if you're lukewarm. And that could mean a whole lot of things. Are you pulling back in your teaching? Or you're not or whatever the case, I don't know. Or you're just teaching because you have a lot of knowledge, good memory, you could read, and you can memorize a whole lot of things. You're good at it, so you just teach for that for the sake of showing off. I don't know what is lukewarm. It says, but power are chosen the foolish things of the world, we can found the wise, the power of chosen, the weak things of the world, we can found the things which are mighty. Us. Nobody listens to the so-called Negro. Nobody listens to the so-called Latino. But definitely don't listen to so-called Negroes. Nobody listens to us. I'm out here, okay, in a city that's right around 750,000 people living in it, called El Paso. I'm on the east side of it. There's, I think, GMS El Paso on the west side. They're dealing with that part of it. I'm out here on the east side of it, on the busiest road, other than the super highway, which is the I think I-10 or something like that. This is arguably one of the busiest roads here in East El Paso, if not the busiest road in East El Paso. Okay, and you don't see anybody looking, and even at least a couple months ago, they used to honk their horn. Now they don't care. I've become just a staple every Sunday out here. So now nobody's paying attention. Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, that's our Negro, that black guy underneath the tree. And that's what it's become. So our people don't respect us. Now, if I put a table there with some cookies and put a sign that says free drink, listen to the gospel, they'll stop by. But they only stop by for that. Okay? So nobody has respect for us. Because already we have the stigma attached to us, especially as a so-called black man here in America, as nothing. You're more likely to be poor, more likely to have a criminal record, more likely to be sitting in jail, more likely to be put to death. So we have a very tarnished image overall. But Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai chose us to come on there and deliver this word. Chose us, who probably wasn't popular in the world either, but taken advantage of, got shit on again and again and again and again. So, to you people, I can say this to you. People don't face me one damn bit. Are you kidding me? I've been shit on the entire time I know myself. From the time I can walk. You don't face me one. You don't face me one damn bit. And the base things of the world and things that are which are despised. I was just talking about that, but power chosen, yet, and things which are not to bring to naught things that are. We talk about things that ain't happening, things that you people aren't seeing yet. When we tell you that they're I had a poster that actually had where the locations are. So this place is known as Zone 6 here in Texas. Texas is part of Zone 6. We tell you about the internment camps that's going to grab you. And we tell you that the slaughter is going to be great. We tell you there's going to be dead bodies in the street, rotten bodies. You're not going to be able to drive the car unless you're going to roll over dead bodies. But we tell you snakes is going to crawl into your bed and bite you and kill you. And animals are going to come up and try to feed on you because they're starving. Okay, or your own dog is going to turn around and eat you because you can't feed it. Y'all want to laugh at it. That's so we can look and see the judgments of the Lord every day. All of what they call them freak accidents or freak deaths. No, there's nothing freaky about it. That's how the Lord leads us. So we tell you about it, but when it comes from our mouth, it doesn't mean anything to you people because, again, you people have no respect for the man that the Lord has chosen. And by now, for most of us, it don't bother us one bit. You have the elder brothers, them, they go and they find those TikTok videos and they go and they answer and respond to them. And the Lord put the Spirit in that brother to go do that. He has the ability to go and do that. He actually gets and find those things to that. Each and every one of us has been given a particular way in how we're going to bring this fruit out. Either through a movie like Hassan goes and make little 10-minute movies. Bring out the scriptures. It takes 9 hours to build one of those little 10-minute clips that he's putting out that you all enjoy by the thousands. It takes hours, 8, 9 hours. We spoke about it. I do my presentation. I do my presentation style with a combination of clips and still pictures. Okay. That's how I bring it. That's how I would want to see a lesson. Although I can watch lessons that are just showing the screen, and the brother he's prepared the lesson. It looks like he actually is concerned about actually edifying and not just pulling out his ass. Then I would watch it. This is John 15, starting with verse 19. Let's talk about why we never fit in. Y'all wonder why you never fit in? It wasn't until I came into this truth that I figured out, that I look back at my life and I go, wow, it all makes sense. Wow. It made sense, because I struggled out there wondering why I never fit in. It didn't matter if I was a nice guy. It didn't matter. It didn't matter how much money I gave people. It didn't matter if I was giving them a shirt off my back. It didn't matter one bit. I just never understood how people could just shit on my ass just like that. I never understood why I never fit in. Never understood it. But now through the scriptures I understand. Now I understand. Now I understand. This is John 15, starting with verse 19. It reads, "If you are of the world would love his own, but because you're not of the world, but I've chosen you of the world, therefore the world hated you." So we was already chosen out of the world a long time before we actually was awakened to this. Okay? So at that time, it was just out of the flesh, and the sinews come on us, and the breath to come inside of us. Remember the word that I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they also persecuted you. This is written in the rest, and this is the Mashiach that's speaking. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also, which they're not going to. But also these things will they go into my name, say, because they do not him that sent me. They don't know the Most High Yahweh, Shai. Okay, Great Babylon, America, the Roman Catholic Church, Christianity have polluted people's mind to believe that the God of the Bible, the Most High, is some old passive cracker that just laughs and have little baby angels around, little babies around with wings, and sissies around, surrounded by sissies and stuff. And when you die, you just get to go and drink milk and honey for the rest of your life. Right. I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have cloak. But now they have no cloak for their sin. The prophets are out here on the highway in the Bible. We come out here weekly. Some brothers go out Friday, some go Saturday, some go Sunday. Okay? And you have brothers that do midweek camps. Not to mention lessons throughout the week. So there's a constant flow, okay, of this truth or this gospel or this food that's coming out. You Hebrew Israelites. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. I come out here every Sunday if I'm in town. If I'm out of town, of course I'm not out here. And I'll be outside somewhere, whatever city I'm visiting or whatever city I go to for whatever reason. Okay? But other than that, I come out here every Sunday. I choose to come out here on Sunday versus on Saturday. I come out here on Sunday. Some people drive by every week and they see me out here, but it doesn't matter to them. See, what I am to them is just a bad word. Oh, there's a nigga out there. Okay? But then when all hell starts to break loose and they start to put two and two together about the signs, the Hebrew Israelite sign, the MOTB, the big mushroom cloud on the signs I have there, and the scriptures on the other signs that I have out, they'll put two and two together and go, wait a minute, I need answers. Alright, this is James 4, it's now verse 4. Let's talk about friendship with the world. It says, ye adulterers and adulterers, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity and the power. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of power. And that's just you following the fashion of this world. world really adore the world. It's very easy to sit down with the fashion. Oh, that's a nice car. That is a nice car. It's a Harley Davidson car. There ain't someone else out there. That's a nice truck. It was a Harley Davidson truck. Anyways, again, you want to be a part of the world, you know, be recognized, you know, maybe glamorized, maybe you want to be, you know, be somebody. It goes against what the Lord Yahweh Shai desire of his people. Because you're going to have to compromise a whole lot of things. And this is what we're seeing with all our celebrity brothers and sisters out there. Okay, it says, do you think that the scripture said in me, the spirit that dwelleth in us, lusteth envy, but he giveth more grace. Wherefore it said, power resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. There's no way in hell you could be like in Great Babylon, America, and not feel proud. There's no way you can. And this is a dreadful thing that's become popular to where everybody is speaking about you. What this did to someone like Al-Ghazal. Al-Ghazal, instead of preaching, he had a lot of knowledge about history and all this other stuff like that. Refused to call on the true power, Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, he said he wants to indulge. And he knew the only way that he could be popular, have 40,000 subscribers, which in YouTube world is really low, quite frankly. So I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, but in the genre, okay, of being a prophet, it's a lot of subscribers. But he got proud and he knew the only way that he could become very popular and have a broad crowd and be able to expand himself. Kind of like, you know, when they, when you look at old school rap and you look at hip hop, basically it was all only blacks and Latinos that was listening to it. You know, the record company like diablo and what's the name? What's the name of the other one there? The one that all of the black records, artists that used to go through. Not the one that Quincy Jones or Barry Gordy owned it. I can't remember the name of Motown. Okay, Motown. Okay. So in order to cross over, what they call do crossover, you have to go and compromise and basically change a lot of things. And this is what these other camps, and particular guys like I was hoping you would fall down and splatter so I could turn this camera and look at that judgment. So I really wish you would fall. Okay? So you would have to compromise. Because you have to be part of this world. So you cannot be humble with the cameras flashing on you and becoming the name brand inside the household, especially if it's in a positive way. You cannot. It says, submit yourself therefore to power, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Okay? And we constantly in that. You have brothers who have resources. And there's a lot of things you can do with the resources to make yourself popular and whatever case like that, or you buy popularity or whatever case like that. But that ain't what the resources was given to you for. Okay? That ain't what the resources were given to you. I don't need a mic and a phone and a desk and all that stuff. If I turn around right now and I was to bring a table out here and have free gifts and free cookies and all this other stuff and shit. Okay, you would have a whole lot of people coming out and coming out here to stand up and listen to you because you're giving them free stuff. And you start to become popular. I wouldn't be surprised if the news media don't come out, okay, and go, wow, here's this man, he calls himself blah, blah, blah. And when you go there, you get free water and stuff, and he's raising money for, disadvantaged kids and blah, 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 and all this other stuff for that. Hear the gospel, make a donation, and 50% of it or 100% of it is going to go help families or whatever case like that. You'll gain popularity everybody will come around and that they subscribe to your channel and all that stuff. That's not what we're out here for. That's not what we're out here for. That's not what I'm out here for. I never want that spirit. Okay? That's bullshit. Let's go into the book of John. Let's go back to John 15 again. Let's go to John 15. Start verse 15, and it reads, henceforth, okay, no, that's not what it's supposed to say. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I've heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruits. Get your ass over there and go do the work. Put up videos, go out in the highway and the byway. Do the work, man. All right? All of this is going to be tallied when the time comes. Okay? But if you ain't do that, you didn't do anything, how the hell you know if you actually got a fruit? I'm the fruit of somebody else. I'm the fruit of one that brought us a great storm. Or the person, so I don't know. They're the fruit of somebody. So a teacher had to teach me, or I learned from many teachers, and then I get to come out here and bring forward what was given to me and what I know. And maybe nobody learns a damn thing from me. I don't know. I don't know. Hence when I call you not servants, for servants know not what is. It said, okay, Shalaki, it says, you have not chosen me, but I've chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring fruits, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So you have to go, and anything you want. It doesn't mean that you're going to ask for all kinds of craziness. Okay? It ain't really about you. It's better to bless somebody else than to just keep blessing yourself all the time. Like, oh, you know, I should give you more money, you should give me this and give me that. Get up, get off me. Get the fuck off me, man. What's wrong with you? Get off me, dog. Get off me. Or you will die. Go. You're gonna die. Okay? The hell is that shit? Alright. Let's go into alright. Let's go into yeah, fucking with this let's go to Matthew 10, 38. We're going to be bringing it to the close real soon. This is Matthew 10, and Psalm verse 38. Let's talk about what's going on now. So we'll go Matthew 10, 38, Psalm verse 38 reads. Well, actually, let's start from verse 36. It reads. Okay, no, let's go actually to, because there is people talking about, you know, Jesus is going to return to save everybody. No, he's telling you exactly what he's coming to do. It's quite the opposite. He says, think not I come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against his mother, her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. The man should be that of his own household. So, starting with your family, you can have a lot of issues. This is the reason why when you're going through Jacob's trouble, there's not going to be that harmonious spirit. Well, let's work together. Let's put our resources together. There ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be everybody's gonna be out for themselves. Even your own parents are gonna turn your ass in. I have no doubt in my mind that my folks would sell me to Esau. Just like that. I have no doubt. I would expect it. I'd be actually almost disappointed if they don't. Okay? He says, he that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. You gotta put your Yahweh Shai first. You gotta put Yahweh Shai first. Ministry first. Okay, you have to take care of your responsibility and stuff like that. But you get the drift. They're gonna try to persuade you that what you're in is a cult. Don't mind them, don't want niggas, stop being out there, stop wasting your time, blah 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 blah. Because again, they're looking at that picture on the wall of Caesar Borgia and they go, that's who you're supposed to be worshiping right there. And they want you to do just that. If you do that, you're a nice Christian man. No, I don't want to be a nice Christian man. Fuck Christianity, okay? It says, and he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Do the work, okay? And he that find his life shall lose, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. So the fact is that when you come inside, when you come in this, there's a lot of things you cut out of doing in your life that you used to probably do. Of course, you know, you follow the dietary law, so there's a lot of food you can't eat anymore. Don't go eat. Okay? You might not go vacation in certain places where you're going to go look at some temple or some stone god or some bullshit. You know, certain places. You know? Okay, this wind is picking up, so any given time that this camera can fall off, so I'm going to try to close this out. Okay? So there's a lot of things that you might do that you might consider. It's basically, you call it a sacrifice. Okay, because it goes against what we're supposed to be dealing with. Now we're supposed to run our life. You might disassociate yourself with a lot of people because they're going to be putting spirits on you or they'll try to influence you. Keep in mind what a lot of people like to do. Remember when? People like to remind you of when you were that great guy in the freaking world. When you used to be this go-getter. You know, this no-nonsense dude, this guy that was a cutthroat. They want to remind you of that because people want to see you come back into that. But that leads to absolutely nothing but destruction. Let's go into the book of Luke. Let's go into the book of Luke 9, and start verse 59. The book of Luke 9, and start verse 59, and reads, and he said unto another, follow me. He said, Lord, okay, this is actually talking about how people make excuses to do this work. How they make excuses to turn from the world. Well, maybe I can do that next year. First of all, let me make sure I can get into this position and make sure, you know, life is really good for me and secure, and I'm financially secure. And I don't have time to go do that, or make sure that people make a lot of excuses. Okay, and here you reading it. It says, he says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, and go thou and preach the kingdom of power. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but first let me go bid them farewell which are come at my house. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of power. We ain't got no time for no bullshit. That's what Yahweh is saying. It's serious business. Man, don't go daydreaming and stuff like that. That's why you find other things that can occupy your time. If you're not making lessons, you're not watching lessons, this is a balance thing here. Okay? We're not to be all righteous. You can't spend 25 hours watching lessons or 24 hours watching lessons. If you could, then do it. But you gotta have a balance. But to tell you one thing you don't do, sometimes you scroll through email, sometimes you scroll through the phone, you look at those old numbers, sometimes you scroll through email. You don't know if you're right. You might read an old email or whatever case, or you might see the name of somebody. It could be a woman especially. In my case, it's always going to be a woman. And you're going to make that phone call so bad, go, hey girl, how you doing? Or whatever the case is like that. And she's a married woman. Now, back in the day, even when she was married, you didn't give two shits, you wanted to hit it anyways. But she's still married. But now you're even more confident than ever, because you ain't looking to her and putting her on the pedestal, you know, like Queen of Heaven type style. You're looking at her right now as just a damn woman. So your style and how to approach her right now is going to be a lot more cooler than it was before, which actually meant she might like. And that's going to lead to a whole lot of problem. It's easy now to go back and go look and go, let me go get with my family and make things right. Fuck you make things right with them for. They're not part of the ministry. Fuck them. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel 33. Okay, goes to the book of Ezekiel 33. Because you put too much bullshit on your damn shoulder about trying to please this person and that person and whatever the case is like that. you will burn yourself out, and eventually you'll crash the hell out. Because, you know, here's the deal with that. You will always give up, which is not too tangible to you. That's why people fall out, because you don't get the tangible rewards of things right now. So it's very easy to turn around and focus on the tangible because it is right now. And that's why you gotta make sure you're not getting, or make sure you have the spirit on you, that you're not focusing on the tangibles, which is like the good friends and the good people and the acceptance and all the intrinsic value, intrinsic things that you can get right now, physically, that's gonna make you feel good, versus the reward that the Lord Yahweh Shai has said that He's gonna give you if you endure until the end. But you don't get that reward right now. You are still to live, at least. That in itself is a reward. Alright? So don't focus on those things, man. Because we're gonna end up happening, you're gonna say, well, I'm getting all this intrinsic reward right now. Why the hell I don't know, man. You know? I don't know. And you start getting doubt, and people start casting doubt, because this feels good. The flesh is satisfied, but the spirit isn't. Okay, this is Ezekiel 33, starting in verse 4. It reads, this is us giving warning out to the people, which they don't listen. Okay, but it says, whoever heard the trumpet, the sound of the trumpet, and take no warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood should be upon his own head. So we give you the warning. We come until we put the signs out here. We put the lessons up. And if you don't hear, that's your business. It's on your head. Okay? He heard the sound of the trumpet and took no warning. His blood should be upon him. But he that taketh warning should deliver his own soul. So you're taking warning to it. You listen and say, okay, that man has got something. I've had people come into the camp and they thought that I look great. They made comments about how organized I was out here. And this looked great and everything was matching and all that stuff for that. So they're looking at it from a really, and this is an old dude, man, like just fucking stupid. This is not rolling, man. I'm not playing a role, I'm not playing a skit here. This is not a skit. But people think you're here to entertain their ass and you dressing up the role and all that stuff, so they're making comments about how nice it looks and all the rings on the finger and all this other stuff like that. You're not listening to the word at all. You don't understand. Nor do they care what it is that you're out here for. It says, but if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take away any person from among them, he's taken away in iniquity, but his blood will I require. The watchman saying, that means that you didn't do any double thing. You're not warning about the MOTB. IUIC is not warning about the MOTB. They're preaching false doctrines. They're about themselves. They're about glorifying themselves. They're about looking popular. They're about being liked by the people of the world. They're about being admired. They would be glorifying themselves, among the peasants, poor, ride on horses, and dressing in all these glamorous clothes, just like videos and music videos and all this other stuff like that. It feels really, really good. No wonder why they're so addicted to it. They're addicted to it because it's fun. It's fun. They're addicted to it. And so is everyone that's watching. They're addicted to that. Hebrew Israelite onion in the world. Wow, it's a beautiful thing for them, man. It says, so thou, son of man, hast set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth and warn them for me. We're set up as watchmen. Our job is to watch, okay, and blow that horn and that trumpet. When you're a watchman and you see danger, what do? You warn. You warn. You blow that trumpet. You talk about, okay, the devil, what the devil is going to do, what he's planning on doing, and how he's going to do it, okay? Why he's doing it? Because the Lord Yahweh Shai set him up to do the things that he's going to do. Man's goings is that of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So with that, close out your all going to Yahweh Shai Bashim. We'll come to that. Shalom. All willing, you were edified. Until next time.